Hey guys, so here's your bell ringer for the week. We are going to start doing our comma rules. Since you have 12 comma rules total, we're going to break it down and do 2 per week until the end of the school year. Your first comma rule is the most basic one that you learned in elementary school, where when you have 3 or more items in a list, that you need to separate them by commas. So for example, please bring your paper, books, calculators, and pencils to class. You have 4 things there that are being required to bring to class. So you need a comma between each of them. Paper, comma, books, comma, calculators, comma, and pencils. Notice you only put the and between those last 2 items. The comma still comes before it. This last comma, as a side note, is considered what's called an Oxford comma. It's actually optional. So what you could do is paper, comma, books, comma, calculators, and pencils with no comma in the last one. But typically we still include that comma. Either one's correct. The only time you do not need a comma between these items in a list of 3 or more is if you have the word and or some sort of conjunction between all of the items, such as I want cake and ice cream and chips and soda at my birthday party. In that instance, you don't need any commas in between them because you have a conjunction like and. That type of sentence is really kind of funky, and I really don't recommend using it in writing like that. That first option is really your best one. For comma rule number 2, we're now talking about when there's part of a sentence that's kind of a descriptor, and it's not really necessary to make the sentence complete. It just adds more description. In that instance, you're going to put commas around that part. So I'll show you an example. Maria, the girl in the red shirt, is very nice. We can have a complete sentence just by saying Maria is very nice. That's a complete sentence. Since this piece in the middle, the girl in the red shirt, is giving further description to Maria and is not necessary to make that sentence complete, we're going to put a comma before that phrase and after it. So Maria, comma, the girl in the red shirt, comma, is very nice. What that means is around each of those commas, you could literally pull that whole phrase out and it'd still be a complete sentence. Okay. Here's a similar example where we don't need the commas. The girl who is wearing the red shirt is very nice. Notice there's no commas in the sentence because it's now taken her name out. We don't have her name to identify her. Instead, the only way to identify her is the girl who is wearing the red shirt. If we were to take that whole piece out, we would only be left with the phrase is very nice, and that's not a complete sentence. So therefore, we have to keep everything there, and there are no commas because all of it is necessary. Here's another example. The answer to the math problem, I believe, is 5. Again, I believe is not necessary to the sentence. You could just say the answer to the math problem is 5, and that would be a complete sentence. Since the I believe is an extra piece to that sentence, you have to have the comma before and after it. Now, if you were to put I believe at the beginning and say, I believe the answer to the math problem is 5, now the I believe is essential to the sentence to make it complete, and then you would not need commas around it. As you go through these, once you read the comma rule, you'll hit next, and then it'll give you a list of sentences, and you have to choose, are they correct or are they not correct? So click that in each one, whatever the answer is, and then submit it, guys. If you have questions, let me know. Have a great day.